Hello everyone, welcome to today's news chatter. Let us begin with the topics of the day. Before that, we'll have a look at one of the most important prelims. Restored the title of Mahatma to Jyotiba Phule. Jyotiba Phule is always a very important personality, especially in prelims. His importance is very high. We generally get a lot of questions related to social reformers, so we need to know about this also. It's a very factual question. The answer to this is Vittal Rao Vandekar. He was the one who gave the name Mahatma to Jyotiba Phule. Balkrishna Jambekar, Bhimrao Ambedkar, Atmaram Pandurang, all these people were from Maharashtra, but it was Vittal Rao Vandekar who gave the name. Exercise Vayu Shakti. Vayu Shakti 2024 is important because one thing, it is exercised by the Indian Air Force and it is both offensive and defensive in nature. It is going to showcase the offensive capacity, defensive capacity, and the capacity of Indian Air Force to act against the enemies or counter any kind of offenses even in the night time. So because of all these factors, it becomes very important. So the location, whenever we talk about exercises, army exercises, naval exercises, so any kind of military exercises, we need to know at what location it is going to be conducted. It is going to be conducted in Pokhran Fire Range of Rajasthan near Jaisalmer. The exercise will also showcase joint operations with the army. So this point is very important. It's not just about the Indian Air Force, it's about joint operation with the Indian Army also. IAF's Integrated Air Command and Control System, IACCS, Integrated Air Command and Control System, is the system which is going to integrate every capabilities of the Indian Air Force during the warfare. If there is a war, then we need to have a proper command system which will coordinate with each and every person who is involved in the war. So that is going to be done by the IACCS. So it is going to showcase its capacity also. The last edition, the previous edition happened in 2019, and it was held in the same Pokhran range. But all you need to know is it was 5 years ago the last exercise happened, not the previous year. Opening local bonds to the foreign investors. So as you all know, India doesn't have 100% capital convertibility. India has 100% current affairs convertibility, current account convertibility. So the difference between current account convertibility and capital account convertibility is a very important point for prelims. A study about it. What exactly is current account? What exactly is capital account? Why India does not have 100% capital account convertibility is a major question. The question can be answered very simply, just because if you are talking about capital accounts convertibility, then we need to give 100% access to the foreign investors to India's capital market. Bond, shares, everything should be 100% open. This is good because we will get a lot of capital inflow, but it will have a lot of problems also, because if we open our market to the foreign investors 100%, if there is any global problem, people will remove the money and go away to other places easily. This will affect the Indian economy in a very bad way. So there is a discussion about opening India's local bond market, especially the government bond market, to the foreign capitalists. And there are certain benefits and there are a lot of disadvantages also. We need to know about it. For prelims, it is very important. Benefit is we don't have to depend too much on public finances. So at present, whenever the government need to raise money or raise capital, the government have to depend on the present internal domestic market only. And we need to, as a person who is participating in the economy too, you need to depend a lot on the government of the day. But when you open it to foreign investors, you don't have to depend on either. The foreign investors, if they feel that a particular market is doing good, they will come and invest it automatically. So dependence on public finance will reduce, and large international resources are there. It will be completely opening up to the Indian market. So we will get a lot of investment. These are the benefits. The disadvantage is exchange rate risk. At present, India's exchange rate is very high. So per dollar value of Indian rupee have gone more than 80. So if this keeps continuing, if Indian money keeps depreciating, then foreign investors will not find it beneficial to invest in Indian market on rupee-based bonds or rupee-based capital markets, capital instruments. Why would they invest? Because if a person is from United States of America and he is investing in a bond market in India and he is getting rupee-denominated bond, his return will be very meager, very less because based on the interest rate he will get the returns in rupee, whereas rupee's value is very less when you compare with the dollar, so his returns will be very less. So why would he invest in that? So our market will become very vulnerable to it, and the foreign investors might not find it very interesting or profitable. So all these things will be a negative impact. Local currency bonds need to offer high rate of returns, that is our interest rate should be very high if we have to tap on the potential. So this is something which will place pressure on the local bond market. Very good example for the disadvantage of opening up the bond market is which happened in Malaysia during 2014-2015. Here what happened? Rapidly, investors exited from the local currency assets, including bond market. Some kind of international problem. Let's say, for example, if Indian economy is open to the world for bond investment, and a lot of people from the United States of America invested here. Let's say suddenly some financial crisis happened in United States of America, then people will try to take out the money from India also, fearing that American financial crisis will roll to India also. So this will create some problem. This panic happened in Malaysia. Suddenly, foreign investors took all their money away, which resulted in a huge blow to the capital market of Malaysia. So, such things can happen. So, why and when would we do this? We need to do it because at some point, India will become a developed economy, and then we need to tap the foreign market also, foreign investors also. When will we do it? We will have to do it once our currency becomes strong, once our trade increases, when our imports reduce and export increases, at that point we can think about it. Public stockholding. Recently, WTO and public stockholding was in news. What exactly is public stockholding? What we do in India. In India, the Food Corporation of India takes the produce from the farmers so that we can distribute it through public distribution system. So that is public stockholding. So in WTO, according to WTO principles, public stockholding is not good because it is trade disrupting measure. However, they came up with a agreement called the peace clause. In Doha development talks, we came up with a agreement with a clause called as peace clause. In this peace clause, it is mentioned that developing countries or least developed countries can do public stockholding because providing food security is very important for the government and for the people also. So according to peace clause, if the government is trying to stockhold the public stockhold publicly the food items, then we cannot call it as a trade disrupting measure. Right. Now we need a permanent solution for this. At present, we just have a peace clause. We need a permanent solution for this. And India and several countries have been fighting for it. India, along with G33. G33 in WTO is a group of developing countries. So G33, along with India and African group and the ACP group are certain Caribbean countries. So all these people have been asking that we need a proper outcome, proper measure for public safeholding and special safeguard measures in the Ministerial Conference 13, which is going to be conducted in 2024. However, WTO is actually considering to put off this measure for now, and they want to consider it in 2026. They said that the permanent solution for public stockholding can be done by 2026, not at present. So peace clause was agreed to earlier at Bali Ministerial Conference, which happened in 2013. So these are all the informations you need to know. Sudan and the study of the map. In Sudan, too much of internal conflict is going on. You do not have to study about the internal politics of Sudan in detail, but certain geographical features you need to know. One thing, borders of Sudan. One most important thing, it in the recent times, the Red Sea has always been in news. So Red Sea has been regularly in news. So Sudan is a littoral country of the Red Sea. This should be remembered. What are all the countries that borders Sudan? Eritrea, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Central African Republic, Chad, Libya, and Egypt. To the north of Sudan, we have Egypt. To the east of Sudan, we have it is open to the Red Sea. Then Eritrea, Ethiopia, South Sudan, Central African Republic, Chad, and Libya. So these are all the important points you need to know. Liberian Desert falls under Sudan. So this is something we need to know. Other things are not required. You don't have to remember. You don't have to study about their internal politics, their problems and everything. But from geography, map study is very important. Main question of the day, India has huge potential in solar energy. However, rooftop solarization in India has not performed up to the potential. So at present, recently, there was a report which told that rooftop solarization in India at present is just 2 gigawatts. We have more than 100 gigawatt potential, but until now, we have not achieved that potential. So the government has come up with a rooftop solarization scheme also, Pradhan Mantri Suryodaya Yojana. So you need to write about it. You need to tell that what are all the reasons due to which we were not able to achieve the potential, and now what measures the government have taken. From prelims perspective, exercise Taran Shakti is very important. It is it is going to be conducted by the Indian Air Force, and it will be a mega exercise that is expected to bring together 12 global air forces. 12 partner country of India is going to participate in this. 12 air forces are going to participate in this. It is the biggest multinational air exercise to be conducted on Indian soil until now. So it is a very big historical moment. This is the reason we need to study about Taran Shakti. Focus is on interoperability. Of course, it's very obvious when multiple countries are going to come together and participate in an exercise, we are going to test the interoperability of the air forces, imbibing best practices from one another. So every air force must be having certain good practices which can be emulated by others. So it will be a very big learning exercise for India too. Boosting military cooperation among participating countries. So these are all the most important points you need to know about when it comes to Taran Shakti. So that's all for today. This will be the most important topics which were discussed in the news for today. Study about it. All the best. Let's meet tomorrow.